Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about sensibilities again. Right, so again, I'm not going to summarize. Our interaction with everything is pivotal, really. I'd like you to start considering a lot of things alive, acknowledging things alive, and like these trees themselves, these send out signals themselves as well. Trees communicate with each other. It's like, once you look at the bigger picture, it makes the nonsense seem small, maybe. But that is not what I was planning to say. But I could further on trees communicating with each other, but look into it. Yeah, so what I wanted to say was that, okay, so say for instance with your food. In my opinion, and I think that this is completely correct, your food hasn't lost completely all of its life as long as it's edible, type thing. Look, if it's mouldy or decomposed or gone, it's now dust, obviously I would say all of the spirit's gone out of it. But as long as it's not that, if it's fresh, there's still life in it, there's still spirit in it. So you are still taking on the energy of that thing. Now, I do believe that, vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, I do believe that they have conscious thought. I do believe that they have interaction, and our lack of being able to measure that, or our lack of understanding that, or trying to communicate with that, is just, that's on us. There are also studies in this. You can look into studies in this with polygraph charts, and the pulsings from the vegetables or fruits corresponded with actions. Say for instance, there was a guy that he thought, how can I get a reaction out of this? So I think it was a cabbage or something like that, I'm not really sure. And he thought, no, it was a plant, and he thought of setting fire to it. And do you know what? The polygraph chart went off the scale when he thought it. Not when he did it, but when he thought it. So that says that they can read our thoughts, wouldn't it? Or at least our intentions. And I think the intention is the real language, really. Feeling into intentions. So I would say, sometimes when I eat food, I see it as an energetic union type thing. And I think that, just within, I think that, as a being, you gain that protection. You don't want to die. Fruit doesn't want to die, vegetables doesn't, animals don't want to die. Nothing wants to die that's alive. As we go into a graveyard, might as well. Yeah, nothing wants to die. That's good timing. So everything will fight for life, in my opinion, whether you can see it or not. Plants would fight for life, but they're limited by their being. They can't run away. So they have to accept, they have to acquiesce. Accept reluctantly, sorry, I'm liking that word at the moment. Thank you, Oasis. And and maybe Shakespeare, even though I don't like you. So they have to accept their fate. Right. But I think that within that death, when the spirit is still there, and when dismembered from the body where it's already happened, I think that they acquiesce. I think they let go, and then they can potentially work with you. That is my feeling. I feel like that energy within the animal or within the fruit is the energy within all type thing. Once it's taken away the personality, once the personality death is gone, suddenly it's that energy again. And I think that it corresponds with the idea of your union type thing. And if you've got good intents, if you're grateful, if I think saying grace with food is overtly religious, but then, if I've got the right word for that, but then equally I think it's a great thing, really, because you're corresponding with that energy. You're saying thank you for that energy, and you're reuniting with that energy. And there was never any separation in the first place, but you're reuniting because we're all connected to everything at the second, all the time, and we always have been. Just as I can't even remember where oh yeah, just like what I was saying about all the atoms, different of different measures. They're all of different measures, and they all fluctuate depending upon what rises and what falls, because all of the atoms, none of them are of the same heat or energy or vibration. So we're constantly moving and flowing with each other, whether we know it or not. And that includes the animals, that includes like the plants, because they're all made out of those atoms as well, and we're all part of it. Cool. Well, there you go. So so when I see, sometimes I feel like food is fighting on my side. It's fighting to keep me healthy, because I'm part of this organism that it is part of. Yeah, cool. So I just wanted to throw it out there, because I really want people to question their sensibilities. I'm not asking you to change anything. I just want you to think. I just want you to think about these things. Think outside of your predetermined ideas. Think outside of someone else's predetermined ideas. And I think that you'll have a more enriching life if you do that. Or maybe you'll meet loads of people that confront you about it and try and knock you down, and maybe that's fine as well. Once we gain more of a kind of strength in what we think. Yeah, I think so anyway. I'm going to do this because it can't be too long, can it? Anyway, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye bye.